Hi, lovers. It feels so good to be in your faces again. So, today we're talking about 5 ways or 5 things to do to overcome envy, right? So, envy is a state of desiring something that someone else possesses. Yeah. So it is an emotion, but then a vicious emotion that can crush one's self-esteem and inspire you to want to undermine other people's successes. It is horrible. And so today we're going to be sharing ways to help you overcome this green-eyed monster. Number one, acknowledge envy. This may appear a little threatening to you, and it may reveal your weaknesses or your shortcomings, but hey, we're on our way, on our journey towards perfection. So please let that not be a hindrance, let that not be a problem. Okay, now one way to identify envy, or to know that envy is lurking, is that at the sight of the object of envy, our body reacts. So usually our heart rates might increase, sometimes your palms can become sweaty, your body might cringe. All of these are signals to tell you that that object at sight, you are envious of that object. All right? Now, if you are able to identify this, congratulations, because it means half of the problem is solved, right? Half of our problem is solved. And then two, recognize that pride is just the flip side of the envy coin, right? It might be tempting to want to counteract envy with pride, but that is also disastrous. You might want to say something like, oh, he has a nice car, but I am smarter. That won't get you far. That won't get you far at all. Okay, what happens when someone who has a nice car and who is smarter comes along? What happens? It is not sustainable maintaining a social comparison hierarchy where someone else has to be down for you to feel up. You see, it is not sustainable, right? So as a remedy for this, please apply compassion. The best of us is still a man. The best of us is still a man. Know that even the most successful people still have self-doubts, right? Just have it at the back of your mind that imperfection is synonymous to humanity. I said that. Imperfection is synonymous to humanity. So you apply compassion, right? Okay. Number 3 says, replace envy with compassion. Yeah. So envy sort of streamlines the object of envy to something really, really narrow, thereby blurring out or, covering the bigger or the fuller picture of who they are and what their life is all about. Right. Have you ever envied someone who seemingly had a charming life, a very successful life, only to realize that a major aspect of this person's life is suffering from a very big low? Yeah, these things are everywhere. These things are really, really everywhere. Only that we're so engrossed, or we're so covered in the pool of envy that we can't see them. No. This does not mean you should go about looking for people's sorrows or searching for the chinks in their armor. No. But that you should be able to open your heart to seeing people in a fuller way. Now, when you see people in a fuller way, it inevitably includes their highs and lows, their strengths and weaknesses, their joys and sorrow. That way, you appreciate them and, and are able to give a helping hand whenever they reach out to you. You see something when you see people in a fuller way. What that helps you do is it helps you to celebrate their successes genuinely. Yeah, it helps you to celebrate their successes genuinely, thereby filtering out envy. You see it now. Number 4, Let envy fuel self-improvement when appropriate. Yes. But then, you see, there are some things that we can't change about ourselves. Things like a difficult childhood, a traumatic event, health condition, or even disability. So using envy to want to change these situations might just lead to frustration and self-blame. But then there are some times when envy can, alert us of things that are potentially attainable if we are willing to put in the work, right? So for example, you have a colleague who is very productive, who, always smashes her goals, who is always, on the A list and everything. You could want to, approach her and ask her what she does, to become as good as she is. That way, you are using one stone to kill two birds: envy and pride. Number 5, count your blessings. Envy is counting another person's blessings rather than your own blessings. Now, counting your blessing is not the same thing as, boosting your ego by reminding yourself of how good you are in comparison with someone else, as an example of car and smartness. No, it is rather refocusing ourselves on things that are important, things that are intangible, invisible, things like a strong spirit, our differences in life experiences, dependability, or even the fact that we are alive, right? You see, envy saps our energy. Envy takes away our happiness, and we don't want that. Finally, allow the Holy Spirit of God to dwell in you. You see, when the Spirit of God dwells in you, your life is so filled with so much love that there is no room for envy or any such vices, right? And so we are all filled with love, with peace, and then we're living a fulfilled life. Until I come your way again, please stay loved.